Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Rays, but we're going to start today a little bit different. I'm having a hard time picking from this binding worlds. I found a couple of decent units. I already have a Pala. I can build this one. It's totally fine, but I thought that was nice. This is my Hannah. I already have Dual Makai, but this one looks really, really nice. I'm tempted to get this one. It helped me out a lot. And then here's my a Crom. I have a Crom kind of similar to that, so I'm not kind of hype on that. I'm contemplating getting this Crom as well, just for the Dragon Flowers, and also the build looks kind of nice. But then what I really want is, first off, this Hector. I don't have an invested Hector, so this would really just... I got the itch to get this Hector. This is just so good to look at. It's beautiful. Contemplating getting this one. And then there is this Ninjoran that I had a lot of fun with. I'm not sure if I want to pull the trigger on this, but this is a fun unit. I really enjoyed using them throughout this run. This peony looks like fun too, but I mean, I recently got one, and I don't need a merge. Corrin was, Corrin. I can build this Micaiah if I want to. I have a better build on mine, as well as the merges, and the Dragonflowers are already. This Innis, I keep skipping, but I really want to get him for the Dragonflowers. I think his Refine is going to be really good when he comes out eventually. And then there's this Lyn, who I don't know, I'm 50-50 on. I can probably skip that. I never use my dual Lyn anyway. This Rinka looks really nice with the Lagoose Friend 4. Yeah, she was really strong. And then there are some units here that weren't really that crazy. And then we ended up... this is just the beginning. So this Ephraim is also really nice. I want for the Dragon Flowers as well. So there are a couple of good choices here. I'm not sure which one to go with. But yeah, if you can help out with helping me pick one of those units, I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment. Let me know which one you like. Alright, welcome to our first match of the day. We are taking on Karen here, and we gotta play 2 singles today because I missed some pots. So here we go. We gotta get both of the pots for this one, and then the pots don't matter afterwards. This is a pretty straightforward setup here for Ike. Nothing really threatening him. Man, it's such a huge jump, man. A couple weeks ago, a map like this would have been really tough to deal with. I'd probably try to Edelgard this, but right now, Ike is just that guy. I hate the fact that these +10s here just don't even scratch Ike, because what it signals is just such a huge jump in the power scale for where the nukes are gonna need to be in order to combat a unit like Ike. It's kind of crazy. If you have a unit that can kill Ike, you can probably kill pretty much every other unit in the game. But then also the units that can kill Ike are mostly blue, so it's kind of not balanced in the sense that most blue units can't kill any other units. Mostly because they're underpowered. They get that big boost from the weapon triangle advantage, but against like green units or colorless or even other blue units, they typically fail. And that's something that I've found, that most blue units don't last very long in the meta. I can't really think of any blue unit outside of, like, let's say Dual Shamir, and I think this Igrin will do really well in the meta because of the AoE. And I think this Baby Robin will last a long time as well because of how unique they are. But yeah, most blue units, aside from like Dual Thor with her dual button, Dual Mark, yeah, there aren't just... And Crom, of course, but Crom has a niche because of his armor effective damage. But outside of that, there just aren't that many good blue units. And that's one of the reasons that Ike is able to just stomp all over defenses like this, because it's so hard to counter him. Maybe if there was a special that cut DR, maybe blue units would do a lot better with that. But if you think about just like green mages, there's so many good green mage units. There's so many good red mages. And blue has always just struggled in that regard. Colorless, you're always going to have either your daggers or your bows. But for mage units, blue, in my opinion, has always been the weakest. That aside, Ike is just doing numbers here, not even worried. Even this Golveg, man, this Golveg really needed DR piercing. That's the one thing that she should have gotten, but she didn't. But then again, her refine is going to be next year, so you can probably anticipate that something like that will be added to her kit, because that's really the only thing she's missing. 30% DR cut, 50% DR cut, whatever the case may be, she definitely needs it. I think that's the only thing holding her back in terms of just being a powerful unit, but you know she's going to get more than that when her refine comes around. And I don't expect Ike to be sticking around for more than, like, maybe I want to say, let's see what the mythic is at the end of the month, and then we might, hopefully we don't get that armored unit. Hopefully we don't get, what's her name? Snake Lady from the story, because that would really throw a wrench in defensive builds. But yeah, hopefully it's arranged. Mythic, yeah, hopefully I put off that armored unit until after CYL. But hopefully ranged, hopefully we can get something that can help out against Ike. That aside, I'm already done here. I just gotta get the pots. Yeah, really not much else here. But yeah, man, blue units in a bad spot. I'm really like just waiting on me particularly the refine for legendary female Lilith, just to see what they actually give her, because she needs a lot. Plus that's the only one of the few legendaries that I have at +10, and I'm anticipating that they're going to give her some type of true damage, because that's one of the things that she's missing. If she wants to run that C slot skill that she has to get something in there. So I don't know, maybe we're looking at some type of true damage for that. I find that units nowadays that don't have some type of true damage in their kit that scales off of either their own stats, well, preferably the foe's defense or res, depending on what type of unit it is. I find that they tend to hit zeros quite a bit.
Let's rumble.
It's quite disappointing, if you ask me. A lot of my old nukes, not even old nukes, just nukes from last year, I've had to bench them because they just hit zeros consistently without some type of truth. Like the one unit that I have that I can successfully use still is that Ascended Celica, but I did have her quite invested. But GG's, let's play the next match and call it a day. Alright, here's the follow-up match. This is the second match of the day. This is Keenum, and we're going to go with Ike again. I was considering using a team with Gatekeeper, the Sita team, because it would prevent any warping shenanigans, which I think might happen depending on where Ninian go. Well, not Ninian. Yeah, Ninian. Because this Celica build here, Celica isn't going to die against Ike. Sita would have had more of an opportunity to double against the Celica. And you need to double Celica in order to kill her, because she has the built-in miracle, which is one of the reasons why I decided to build her. She's such a good unit. And the fact that she has the true damage, very, very good unit. I just need a couple more merges to complete my build. The AoE option was something that I was considering as well to combat Ike, but in light season, it doesn't make any sense because Gateau, as well as the Lamera that we just got recently, it would have been better if Lamera was Astra Anima, because we don't have an AoE option for that season, but I guess they did that on purpose just so that there would be some differences between the season. Just likewise with Elamine and Freyr. Maybe people will start using Gateau or Lamera, but I don't think the AoE thing is so huge that people will start considering that just to take on Ike, or just to avoid Ike dying. We'll see what happens when Astra Anima comes around after 2 weeks because we're getting Chaos and then Light Season again after that. So we'll see what'll happen by then. I'm expecting there'll be at least a couple more units that can take out Ike by then. I think we might be. That's a mythic banner, then seasonal banner. So we should be getting what's that seasonal? It's either Fallen or something else that we should be getting by then, to see what we can do with Ike. I'm choosing here to specifically avoid the right lane over by the tactics room, because I think that Knot will rally what's-her-face, Sanaki, and I can't put anyone over there because if she goes, she will have the extra movement to hit that lane if she gets rallied, so we want to avoid over there. There we go. Yep, anticipated. I didn't anticipate the dance going there. I thought Ninian would have waited until Celica attacked so that she could Wings of Mercy in, but that's fine either way, because we do get the kill here, and it wouldn't have mattered once the AoE, if the AoE hit, because we would have had the protection from Gato there. There is Sanaki, and there are the zeros. Here they come. 0 and 0 again.
Steel yourself.
It's crazy that both of these last matches were kind of the same in design, but this one is a little bit more tricky because of the rally trap there that you wouldn't have noticed if you weren't paying attention. But yeah, man, really no problems here because Gato is just so good. I just can't drop him off my teams because of the AoE damage protection, and yeah, it just makes this a cakewalk. There we go.
This one's mine.
I wanted to show you that one defense with Baby Robin, but I went back to check just so I could show it off. But it looks like they changed their defense. I don't remember who it was, and I was searching for it, and I just could not find it. I guess something happened in the week, and they had to change their defense because of, I don't know, maybe the rally trap got broke because of Milla, because that's the main thing that I could think of. But yeah, Milla is really the only thing that would shut something like that down, which is why I hate Milla so much, because unless you have some type of isolation, neutralization from like Safi or Freyr, it's not gonna work. Which is why, again, I like Safi so much, because she does neutralize my worry or concern as it relates to Milla. It's just really tough because she doesn't have. I wish they would release some type of skill that allows healers the ability to neutralize damage reduction, because that's really the only thing preventing me from just running healers consistently as nuke options. We do get the effect from Camilla, and now we're looking at that new Cav unit that's going to be, or is on the banner that's out now, that can provide the 30%, but they really need a little bit more than that to be able to compete, because Fallen Maria, Tina, and Safi, in my opinion, are the best ones out right now based off the effects of their weapon. I'd probably throw Ascended Lensa in there just based off damage and speed. She can get really fast if you combine her with specific unit types. But like for defenses, Fallen Maria, Safi, and Tina are the best ones in my opinion. And they scale really well in terms of damage if you add some type of DR cut to their combat ability. Overall, I think that's probably the next thing that IS will probably add to healers in terms of like a skill. It could be just a whole new line of skills that allows them to cut DR, but you trade, let's say, Wrathful or Dazzling, kind of like with Wrathful Tempo. In that same vein. That's probably what I'm going to be anticipating. But again, this is another match that we've successfully completed. We are going to be remaining in the vault this week. No huge mistakes. We just got to get the last spot here, and I think I'll close this out with Robin here,
Leave it to us.
who will debuff Mer. Oh, I'm not. I don't have no follow-up
Let's give it.
because there was solo. So that's what's happening there. I'm not
Leave it to
doubling.
us.
Well, at least it gives me an excuse to use their dual effect. Let's do this anyways. And with a dance, we'll close this one out with Baby Robin. This unit is going to be everywhere in the meta, so look out for it. It's going to be a pain to deal with.
It's my strategy.
Yeah. Chrom would do a lot better against Ike if you're able to pre-charge the AoE. I'm referring to Legendary Chrom, but it's difficult to do so. So most of the time he hits him
Good morning.
for not enough because of the defensive
Leave it
bolt.
to us. You've got this.
Bam. Really, I want a mage. Similar to Robin, that can take out Ike. But GG's. That's it for the week. It's been a pretty interesting week, and see you in the next one. Chaos Season.